And it's a thrill and an honor to be joined by baseball's true home run champion, our own Henry Aaron. Welcome to Turner Field in our broadcast.
Thank you very much.
How about this weekend? What a wonderful 3 days.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. You know, and everything was capped off this morning with my wife receiving a doctoral degree from Morehouse College.
Oh, fantastic.
I had to wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Do you have to call her
face
doctor
all
now?
that traffic.
Do you have to call her doctor now?
I have to call a doctor now.
Baby.
Yes.
That's fantastic.
But it's been a fantastic weekend.
I know this has been something near and dear to your heart, and you'd like to see this stay in Atlanta on a permanent basis, wouldn't you?
Well, next year we're going to have it again, and the commissioner promised me that we're going to have more people here to work the field. You know, this year I think we kind of lacked a little bit. I think this year we're going to have more people to work it a little bit more. This weekend, in all fairness to the people here in Atlanta, this is a graduation weekend, Tom. You know, where all the highest colleges are graduating, especially over the AU Center. You know, Morehouse and Spelman, all of them are graduating. So we're going to try to fix it up where we can have at least 45 or 50,000 people out here.
That'd be wonderful.
Yes. That
would be wonderful.
Last night we had a full house.
It was great.
Yes.
And the banquet, of course, from what I understand, was just wonderful
last night.
The
banquet was just absolutely fabulous. I think everybody did a marvelous job, you know, really.
Full count from Tim Hudson to Placido Polanco. So much is known, Mr. Aaron, about Jackie Robinson and the breaking of the color barrier and Branch Rickey. As a youngster growing up, what did that moment mean to you?
Well, you know, I think about it and I say, I try to tell myself, if Jackie Robinson had failed, not only on the field or even off the field, that they wouldn't have gotten a chance to see great players like Willie Mays, who just celebrated his 80th birthday, or Ernie Banks, or maybe myself or somebody else. I think it would have set baseball back at least 10 years or 15 years. In fact, talking to the commissioner, he even think that it would have been at least 15 years before an African American would have really gotten a chance to play baseball. You know, so I think about this was a tremendous moment when especially Jackie Robinson, had to go through not only on the field, but he had to carry himself so marvelous off the field.
And as Ryan Howard bats, I think it's safe to say that you endured many of the same things that Jackie Robinson had to endure when you were chasing Babe Ruth's record.
I did. I had to go through some of the same things. And the thing that was so hard about that was the fact that I was so isolated away from my teammates. You know, after the ball game, of course, I had to stay at a different hotel than my teammates, and I had to be escorted around. My kids had to be. They were in a private school, but they still had to be carried to school, driven home. So it was really a situation where I don't think very much about it, really.
When you broke the record, I remember very fondly seeing the videotape, and we've got video footage of that, as everybody's seen. I remember you hugging your mom. Tears of joy, tears of relief.
Right.
What were those? Can you even put into words what those emotions were?
You know, I can't. And you know, the thing that I think about in that particular situation was the fact, after I hit the home run, my mother, who was in her late 70s, 60s at the time, she got over the fence, and I don't know how she made it, but she got to home plate before I got to home plate.
She was jumping for joy too, wasn't she?
Yes. And I was really.
Howard pops it up. Ballpark's going to hold that on a windy day. He was swinging 3-0. Polanco thinks about tagging, but back to first with one out. Well, where are we? Where is baseball, in your opinion, with regards to African American participation and the civil rights movement?
I think we have some ways to go now. I think that a few years ago, when I myself was playing baseball, we saw more African American playing baseball. I really don't know what the situation is really now. You know, I've thought about it. What can we do? And the thing I think about at the present is the fact that any time we have an economic struggle in this country, then we're going to have it with African Americans in some respect. We can't have, a black family can't afford to have their kids from little leagues up to go out and play baseball. It's a very expensive game if you want to play it right. I mean, you go right over here to the AU Center and you don't even have a complex over there, a baseball complex, because they don't think about it because it's so expensive. So I don't know what the answer is. I don't know whether these I don't know whether these camps that they're building around the country is going to be the answer. I just don't know. I'm thinking about it. I really don't know. I wish somebody would give me the answer to it.
Raul Ibanez hits with a runner at first and 1 out. I know our colleague Brian Jordan echoed the same kind of sentiments you just expressed, that it's very difficult. And when you talk about collegiate kids like Ryan Howard who want to come through college programs, there aren't enough scholarships available even at the NCAA level to allow a kid to choose major league or choose baseball over, say, track or football or basketball.
That's true. And the other thing is that we can take the young kid, especially an African American kid.
Another pop up from Hudson. Ibanez is out number 2.
We can take an African American kid and we can bring him up in Pop Warner football, up. And the minute he gets to 17 years old, that kid, the first thing you know, that kid is going to get, if he's any kind of athlete, he's going to get some kind of scholarship in football. So he's going to take that away from baseball. If you look at, if you think about 2 or 3 players that we've lost by playing football, could have easily have been very good baseball players. So there's a lot of things that you have to consider, and I don't have the answer to.